love you, fam. Billy Goat Tales, I love it here. Billy Goat Tales, the fam is here. Give us can, give us can, give us can, give us can. We love you, fam. We are Billy Goat Tales. We love you, fam. Hashtag givers can. Givers gang! We love you, fam! Hashtag givers gang! We love you, fam! Hashtag givers gang! Oh! We are Billy Goat Tales! We are Billy Goat Tales!
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Billy Goat Tales on a Sunday afternoon. Once again, we appreciate you for being here and tuning in. That's right. We love you, fam. We got a great show lined up for you today. We're going to be talking a little bit about more AI, and we're going to be talking about how it's kind of taking over the world right now. We're right in the middle of it. It's so exciting. Lots of cool stuff out there for us to get our little hands into. And we're also going to get into the SEC stuff, the Treasury stuff, well, the whole broad show today. And, of course, we'll be doing the charts with our resident crypto chart guy, Dark Crash. But first, let me say what is going on around the team here. What is going on, Dave Digital?
What is going on, Crypto Billy? I was just looking at my trade and it got stopped out. So no need to see that. Not right now. I was just checking it out. Maybe we're gonna get a bounce, but I was looking at a short, so we'll have to see from here what happens. I was trading the trend, and the trend was not my friend. It was the end, so we'll have to get into another one. Good news, folks. I do manage my risk well, so you can take as many of those as we need to take.
What's going on, Jimmy Jim?
What's going on, Billy?
Good to see you, my friend. And we have Dark Crash in the house, but we lost Redman. Did Redman drop down?
We love you, fam.
What's going on, Dark Crash?
Not much, just saving people's hot water tank situations.
Yeah, Dark Crash is working today and joining us as well. It's amazing. I don't know what happened to Redman. Redman was here and Redman's gone. We'll come back to Redman. Let's say hello to the chat, though, Jimmy Jim.
Yeah, we had Homer, looks like he was first in the chat. We had Andrea, we got Jesse, we got all set.
Where is everybody at today?
Crypto Billy, Dave Digital, all set again. And Nightbot, and there's DDT.
Always good to see DDT.
Andy's in the chat. I see Andy.
Andy, yep. And Keith, hey, Keith, good to see you. Thanks for popping in, supporting us. We appreciate that. We're just getting started. We're going to have a good show today. Without Redman, though, man, I don't know what happened. Did anybody get a text from Redman? Like, he was just on our team meeting. Now he's gone. So we're going to have to do Redman's bubbles without him here if he doesn't get. Let me see if he give me a text here.
And we can also start with the market update if you prefer.
My whole system just crashed, he said. Yeah. Let's just jump right into the market update there, Dave.
We love you, fam.
All right. Well, I think what's happened is, can you guys see that okay? Is that yours or mine, Dave? That looks like it. All right, let me refresh this for you guys. Let's see what's going on in the crypto markets. Bear with us. So what are we always looking at? We're looking at fear and greed. Look at it right here. Up to 13. Guys, it hit 5. It went to 7, went to 8. Now it's at 13. So it's come up a little bit. The altcoin season, we're only at 35 out of 100, which means we're probably not in altcoin season. Some interesting conversation about this that I wanted to share with you guys. I heard from very, I'm not going to say who, but you guys would know him, and very OG-ish, very good. Says, you look, the bear market actually started last January, not this January, last January. And we're 2/3 through it because of all the differences. Everybody said this time's different. This time's different. I kept saying, no, this time's not different. This time's not different. But there is a theory out there, right or wrong, that would say that, hey, if you look at the numbers, look at, basically alts have been in a bear market. Everything's bleeding against Bitcoin, with the exception of Ethereum and Solana. And so that he feels like we're 2/3 of the way through it already. 2/3 of the way through it. So his theory is alts are going to rip. And I'm like, interesting theory. If you look at the charts and look at all the alts, go back to what we were talking about with this market cap right here, guys. We talk about it. It's 2.35 trillion. That's the market cap. Interesting fact about that. If you look at the market cap total 3, which is without Bitcoin and Ethereum in 2021 at the top in November, the market cap was 1.1. If you go look at the market cap at the top, total 3, 2025, October 10th, the top, the market cap was 1.1. What am I saying there? We said that all of the, like in 2021, there was 10 or 12,000 cryptos. And then in 2025, there was 36 million cryptos. Everybody's got a different number there, but you get my point, because you might find something that says 34.4 million or 38.8, close enough, 36 million cryptos. The idea is it's all watered down. That's why the altcoins didn't have a pump. Well, that doesn't make sense if you go look at those market caps, because total 3 against total 3, one 4-year cycle compared to the next did not move. Actually, 2026 was a little bit less than 2021. All of that extra money, all of that ETF, or all that money was from most of it from Bitcoin, Ethereum, a little Solana, but not enough to move the needle on total 3. And so Bitcoin, Ethereum, mostly Bitcoin, then Ethereum, via the ETFs is where all that new money came from. As each week goes on, I'm getting to the bottom of this market cap stuff. It just drives me crazy, because I'm like, this just does not make sense. Where is all of this money at? And so when I brought up the market cap here, I wanted to share that little bit of tidbit information, but you guys go do your due diligence. You'll see I'm correct on that. It's a interesting statistic, to say the least. But real quick, while we still don't have Red, just to share some of these Bitcoins right now. Let me refresh this, because Dave's always got the banner running in the background there, but Bitcoin's at 68.8. Ethereum's at under 2,000. Geez, Jimmy, look at that. 1961 can get down to that $1,800. That would be the first stop for sure. XRP $1.47. BNB 615.55. Guess where USDC's at, Jimmy?
99 cents.
99.999. Solana, $86 Solana, guys. $86 Solana. Very interesting. Especially in light of some people believing that we could be at the, nearing the end of the bottom here, which that is not my theory. That's just some people's theory. Could be correct, though. I'm just like anybody else. Let's see. Cardano, number 11 spot at 28 cents. Cardano, my friend Cardano. Bitcoin Cash at number 10 at 554. Dogecoin down to 10 cents. Tron down to 27, basically 28 cents. Again, Solana, there's your top 10, rounding out the top 10. That's what's going on. And check this out, Dave. They also now have predictions markets right here on Coin Market Cap. You see that right there? I haven't ever. Let me drill into that real quick, see what that looks like, because we are going to shoot to your prediction market next. But yeah, so now even on Coin Market Cap, we have predictions. We'll get into yours though. Interesting. Those two things, AI and prediction markets, seem to be about anywhere you turn, anywhere you look. It seems to be that's what's popping up everywhere. So what's you guys take on the market cap?
Well, to me, it looks a
Getting
lot
close
like
to prime time to buy.
Yeah, and it looks a lot compressed right now. As we were alluding to there, Billy, it seems like we are kind of entering that final phase. However, I believe in the 1-2-3 punch. Like this is a good drop. But was it the first one? Was it the second one, or was it the third one? I feel like there's going to be 3 phases before we're fully out of this, whether it's massive drops, long drawouts, or otherwise. But yeah.
Yeah. And Mr. Market, good to see you. Thanks for tuning in to Billy Goat Tales. It looks the same, but we didn't have a stable coin collapse or a major exchange collapse. All we have this cycle is institutions buying over the counter and some BS FUD driving exchange prices lower. You do the math. Amen. Amen. And Knox Bill, my man. Knox Bill, I haven't seen Knox in a while. Good to see you come in, Knox Bill. We appreciate you, brother. And Curtis jumped in. Good to see you, Curtis. We're building the family up right here at Billy Goat Tales. No, Jimmy, I think it is getting, I mean, look, man, you get down to $1,800 ETH. And again, I'm Bitcoin first. I've been buying Bitcoin at these numbers, guys. I mean, I bought down to 60. I do think it's very probable that Bitcoin goes lower. And so for my own thesis, not financial advice, I feel like we're going to see Bitcoin go a little bit lower now, which in the beginning, I would like that 65, 67 number seems to be a very good support or resistance, however you want to look at that.
Like a magnet.
Almost like a magnet. And isn't it interesting that is right there where Jimmy was talking about, I think last week, was it Jimmy, the election price point, the election price point.
Yeah.
So interesting. So I'm buying because I'm feeling like when fear and greed got that low, and we'll talk about that again a little bit later. It's one of the stories, Dave Digital, if you want to pull up our storybook, show everybody like our storybook. I think that's pretty cool. Another Dave Digital production on Billy Goat Tales. There's what we're going to be going over today, our own very unique storybook. And we're going to get into down the line there a little bit about fear and greed and all kinds of others. There's extreme fear. Yep, we're going to hit that a little bit later on. But for me, anytime that we are down in that range, I'm buying Bitcoin. That's just my own, how I do it myself. So I could be wrong with my thinking in that I'm feeling like we're going to go lower with Bitcoin. But while we're here, I'm buying, right? So 60, 65, I'm personally buying. I just got to own more Bitcoin. Anybody else buy it at these levels?
Yeah, I picked up a little bit of Bitcoin and just converted a lot of dust into ETH.
So Jimmy's dust is other people's full bags, just so everybody knows. But I hear what you're saying, man.
I can't remember what it is now.
Are you looking, Jimmy?
Oh, yeah, I picked up some more Ondo. That's what it was.
Oh, yeah. Ondo, what was it, like 28 cents or something?
Yeah, I mean, it was down. When I bought it, it was like 25, I think.
Man, that's a good price for Ondo. Darren Does Things says, fear and greed stayed this low for a while, 23 bear market for months. Yeah, how long, Darren, did it stay? I remember it being low for a period, but I don't remember how long of a period it stayed low. So what he's saying there, we got time to keep buying and wait, wait to for the hodl bags to wait because it might be down here for a while. That's right. Redman, thanks for joining us, man. Your whole system crashed? No, I can't hear Redman. We didn't do the bubbles yet, Redman. Look how happy he is. Isn't it great to see a smiling face like that? On Billy Goat Tails.
We don't have any sounds coming from Red, though.
Oh, man. You guys. All right, Redman, you get it worked out. We do got to go into the crypto bubbles, but Dave, I don't have them pulled up yet. I'm going to do the bubbles.
He's got his.
Hello?
He's got his.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, there he goes. I hear you now.
Oh, Redman made it. He made it. Can you got us?
You want to do the
what
bubbles?
happened, but the whole screen went black.
Are you ready to do bubbles,
Hey,
Redman?
and so it's not true. Once your screen goes black, that never mind. You ready for the bubbles?
Or is he beside himself? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We love you,
All right, everybody. We got the bubbles. Sorry for my technical difficulties. I've been spending a lot of time on this computer. I think I need to give it a rest for a little while. Let's see here. In the hourly, we got stable. Stable's up 6.5%. Looks like it's up 56.6% for the month. Not financial advice. I don't know what this coin is. It's 2 cents per coin. It's up 4 spots, number 82. $482 million market cap. Let's see what else we got out there. A little mixed bag today. This is a newcomer. This thing's been pumping lately. It's up 69% for the week. Billy Goat Tails did put a short out on this coin. It's called Humanity. I think it's one of those soul tokens, one of those soul. It's an identifier, right? So you have your identifier on the blockchain, gaining some speed. It's up 1 spot, number 90, $426 million market cap. It's nothing to sneeze at. 23 cents gets you 1 Humanity token. Let's see what else here. Nothing really else to report on. Wow, lots of red in the daily. So let's see here. Those same coins are the only ones pumping, I guess. I guess they're fighting the market. The market is saying dump, dump, dump. Let's see. Let's go on to the weekly. All right, here we go. We got some green now. Pippin's been up for a long time. It's up 47 spots in a week. It's up 155%, 127%, 2,791% for the year. Pippin taking home the gold. It went from 25 cents to 73 cents, up 47 spots, number 74. AI Play, $701 million market cap, 70 cents, 69 cents, 69. Get you 1 Pippin token. Let's go on to Maker. Maker's up 30% for a DeFi play. It's sitting at $1,560. It's up 5 spots, number 51, $1.32 billion market cap, $129,000 on 24-hour volume. I'd like to see that come up a little bit. Maker is making its way through the crypto space. We got Pepe. Look at Pepe. Had a little pump. Pepe pump. Bunch of zeros. I don't even want to say that. It's a bunch of zeros there. All right. This up 2 spots, number 39, $1.84 billion market cap. Almost $1 million in 24-hour volume. That's pretty nice for a meme coin. All right, moving on. Zcash is up 24% for the week. Does Zcash make it back? I don't know. It's down 10% for the daily, but on the weekly, it's up 24%. So it's up 2 spots, number 20, $4.88 billion market cap, $295 gets you 1 Zcash token. Let's go on to the monthly here. For the month, we're still red. And I guess we're going to get into this a little bit later, but still mostly red in the crypto verse. You got a couple green spots out there. Hype is up 22.6%. This coin is not going anywhere. It's up 6 spots, number 13, $7.28 billion market cap. $30 get you 1 Hype token. I like Hype. Billy, you like Hype? I like Hype.
I used to like it.
Good. I like it. It's good. Good coin. Let's see what else here. What else we got? Nothing really notable. Go on to the year. The year you can see here's Pippin is Pippin, man. Scottie Pippen. No, doesn't have anything to do with Scottie Pippen. But Pippin is up 2,700%. Zcash up 800%. Coca up 458%. Nothing really else though, Billy. I'll send it back over to you.
Oh, good stuff, Fred. Look at that. Came in out of nowhere. Boom. Got it done. Dave Digital. Let's see what's going on with the prediction markets. Are you ready?
Let's take a look.
We love you, fam.
All right, let's take a look. There's a couple that are notable. Who do you think is going to win the Daytona 500? Bubba Wallace is the front runner. There's still 4x odds. Let's take a couple of look. There was a couple more that I liked in here.
That's
They
going
said
on
the
right
US
now, right? The Daytona's happening today, right?
I don't know,
I
Billy.
think so, yeah.
To all of our viewers, we don't know, so don't worry about that.
Okay.
And All-Star Tournament, who's going to win it? That's US 8 is not favored, it looks like. It looks like Team World is favored. Let me see. All-Star MVP. Looks like Victor with that name is favored. How long will the government shutdown last this time? Looks like 25 days at least is coming in. Let me see. There was a couple other ones. Who's going to win the Pebble Beach? Colin Morikawa. And will Bitcoin hit 150K? Odds are not so great.
That's before June 2026.
And there was another one on here, Billy, that talked about Bitcoin's price that was kind of telling. Will Bitcoin be above 200K by 2027? 92% no. So no time during 2026. Will it outperform gold in 26? 67% no.
Well, is that just 2026? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the bear market for Bitcoin. I guess I would, if I had to answer that for 2026 alone. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably answer it no for just 2026.
What agencies will Trump eliminate? It says that 77% of the people think he's going to eliminate U.S. aid. There's a slight chance people think he's going to eliminate the IRS. Pretty cool stuff. Let me see. I think that's pretty much it. Will the Trump and the Federal Reserve? Unlikely. Oh, this is very interesting. What will Logan Paul's Pikachu illustrator go for at auction? At least 10 million, at least 8 million. So it looks like 8 million is almost a lock-in. Wow. Pretty wild. Anyway, back to you, Billy.
Yeah, man. Let's say hello. We got Bellico in, my man, my Bellico's OG over there in the lifer community. Good to see you, brother. Thanks for tuning in to Billy Goat Tales. We appreciate you. Mr. Market is just on a roll right now. Yeah, I see that. He says, gotta love those nice round bottoms waiting to be grabbed. That's right, Mr. Market. You know that, brother. You're all over it. We appreciate that. Let's get into our first story here that I wanted to share because this AI stuff's just going crazy. You gotta take yours down, Dave, so I can put mine up. I don't know. There we go. Share. Boom. All right. So Coinbase is just going nuts, guys. I mean, what they have done this last, say, 6-8 months is just unbelievable to me. They are really like X are wanting to become the everything app for everything. But Coinbase unveils agentic wallets for AI bots with built-in guardrails. Guys, Coinbase now offers a new kind of crypto wallet designed for AI bots called Agentic Wallets. And you're going to hear, like, that's going to be the word, guys. Agentic wallets are going to explode over these next months or two. You're going to hear that so much, it's going to make you want to throw up, I guarantee you. Agentic wallets, agent wallets. These wallets allow AI agents to hold funds, send payments, and trade on-chain while strict safety rules limit what the bots can do. How agentic wallets work for artificial intelligence? Well, as agentic wallets run on Coinbase's developer platform as infrastructure for AI agents rather than for human users. Developers connect their bots to those wallets so agents can pay for services, access APIs, and move crypto without constant human clicks. So it really, really takes the human component out of it. They put out a Coinbase developer platform, put out a tweet, and it says here, introducing Agentic Wallets, our first ever wallet infrastructure built specifically for autonomous agents. Give your agent the power of a wallet. Let your agent manage funds, hold identity, and transact on-chain without human intervention. Now, getting into the guardrails, and I'm sure when we get into open discussion, that's something Dave's going to want to talk about. The whole idea, right, is like, wow, turn this over to a bot, basically an agent, and they can have access to anything, right? So that is a little scary, but that is exactly where we're going in today's world with these agents. And it's going to become, I think, pretty much the norm moving forward. Yeah, go ahead, Crash.
If I may jump in, I feel like it's a catalyst for future inter-business development. Like this could be the back end for what we have going forward for employee payments, branch expenses, that sort of thing. All of it can be handled more or less without having to constantly pull up your separate wallet addresses for the different parts of your business. Like this should make it more a lot easier, more one-click method, for lack of better words.
Yeah, I agree. The question, and it sounds like Coinbase has addressed or tried to address the question about the security piece, but that is the big question. I personally just bought a new Mac Mini, so I could totally sandbox out a system which will have a AI agent on it, but it's on its own system, its own wallet, its own email, its own account, and I'm gonna play. I'm not gonna cross-populate anything. It's gonna be all new, but it's sitting over there. I just got it, and I'm like, I'm gonna get into these, but I do not want to. I don't feel safe doing it with my current setup, whether that be the setup on X or the setup on Coinbase. I just personally, I'm not there yet, man, but I think it's coming for sure. Guardrails include session spending caps on Coinbase per transaction limits and policy checks, such as know your transaction screening with Coinbase's monitoring tools. These controls aim to reduce common threats like prompt injection, where someone might trick an AI into draining a wallet or sending funds to the wrong address. Now, when it comes to those kinds of things, like sending, like just the other day when I was at Sammy's in Florida, I was eating dinner at a hotel, and Dylan from Star Dogs was texting me, and he's like, we're talking about the metaverse and what Billy Goat Tales is doing in the metaverse. And I said, well, hey, let me send a test transaction over to your wallet. And I sent $100, which, if you go into Coinbase wallet now, which I pretty much use Coinbase for everything now because they've updated it, and I just love it. I just absolutely love it. So I went in there, and it used to be that it would default in the old days, which is the old days is what, a year ago now. But in the old days, it was default to the Ethereum network. Well, now when you go in there to send, it defaults to Base. So yes, you can choose other networks right there. Just open your eyeballs, it's right there, but it defaults. So I just put his address in, it did populate, it accepted that address. And I sent him the $100, and I took a screenshot, and I said, there you go, I sent it. He's waiting. And he looks at the screenshot, and he said, hey, dude, you sent that on Base. You didn't send that on Ethereum. And his instructions did say Ethereum network. And I was like, oh, man. So still, even today, after all these years it's like, I was just moving that fast. I was like, okay, here, boom. Test transaction, $100 test transaction. Should have sent $1, right? But my point about that is it's very handy and easy, but you still got to be careful. You still got to be careful. You still got to slow down and
nothing base or Coinbase can do to fix it still, huh?
I didn't get that far with it. You know, my mission was to get
them paid.
Get him to take care of that piece of business. And I laughed about it and told him about it. And he knew about it because he's the one that sent it back to me and said, hey man, this is on Ethereum, not Base. But yeah, I will go in and see if they can help me out with that, or see if it went into outer space or what happened. But I love what Coinbase is doing on their application. So what do you think about this, Dave? What do you think about the AI agent wallet? Good, bad, and different. What's your thoughts?
I think Coinbase is a pioneer, you know, even though that, you know, it's a normie place. I think that they've done a lot of the work that needed to be done. And I think they continue to pioneer. And I think that that's smart. You know, I think that in order to be the everything app, they're going to have to do a lot of that stuff. Not only the stuff that everybody else does, but also new stuff. So I think Brian's the man for the job. And I think he builds the right team around him. I like it.
What's your thoughts, Jimmy Jim? AI agent wallets, man.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if it doesn't, you know, if it's something that I can populate just like my web browser wallet that's not tied to my Coinbase main account kind of thing, I mean, I'd give it a go just to see.
Yep.
Yeah. How about you, Red Man?
Oops.
What happened? He'd leave again?
There's no Red Man. Yep. How about Crash?
How about Dark Crash?
Well, these AI wallets, I think I just mentioned, are going to be a boost, excuse me, for business, because it'll enable a lot faster transactions, not having to go through as many hoops, so long as it's sort of like a pre-authorized thing for the right parties, whether it be managers' accounts or whatever that are managing the separate wallets within a business. But that AI is going to help all those communicate with each other, so you're not having like a giant a whiteboard or something with all your company addresses on it, because that would be just a huge hassle, right? So it's nice to kind of have all of this more or less streamlined and automated, not just for personal use, but for business, of course.
Yeah, I'm going to do it, but like, I'm a big Apple guy, so I'm setting up a total new Apple user account with a total new encrypted email, a whole new email address, and I'm going to have a whole new crypto wallet there, and then I'm going to go to town with that. I'm just going to let it do its thing, because if you notice on Coinbase, these wallets enable AI bots to act as independent economic agents, running tasks such as machine-to-machine payments, automated DeFi strategies, and API fee payments around the clock. Coinbase says traditional banking rails are not built for this kind of software activity, so it's these crypto wallets with clear guardrails as a better fit for autonomous AI agents. Isn't that the truth? I mean, you just couldn't get that done, which is, I think, another reason why everybody's adopting the stable coins, because it's just going to be so much easier to get business done with blockchain technology than the old-fashioned way using dollars in the SWIFT system. But also, and we're going to have this a little bit later, but it does dovetail into this. It's like all of these companies are starting to do, like Coinbase is a leader for sure, like Dave said, but you got on Tuesday on our X space, which is at 8 p.m. Eastern time on our X, we're going to be talking about X's financial rails, and because they too are building out a payment system, and just like Coinbase, and I don't know if it's in this article, but all of these guys are going to make it so you can trade your crypto with these agents too. So right now we have bots that you can buy, or you can go in and buy different, you can of course copy trade and stuff, but you can go out and get your own bots for trading and stuff, and build your own bots and stuff like that, which are in essence AI agents, but they're going to make it so it's part of the platform. Like, yes, it's been part of the platform, like back on KuCoin, you could, a lot of these guys have these bots, right? But now they're going to make it so like wallets, financial wallets like X are going to be able to do that too. So it's crazy. Like where this is going is freaking wild to me. It's like, I'm just happy to be alive. I'm happy to be a part of it, man. It's so exciting. But talking about Bitcoin dark crash, let's pull up the chart. Let's see what Bitcoin is doing right now. Everybody's interested in what's going to happen next with Bitcoin. So let's take a look at that if you got a minute.
Well.
Gotta
It looks like
he's trying to add it. There he goes.
yeah, there we go. It looks like we are finally pushing to make and break and hold below the dual band strength index on the weekly. We have been trading the range for quite some time in here in the short term. It looks like we may or may not produce another red dot. This has been quite a sustained upward momentum trend following the recent knife drop. So I'm figuring this sort of exhaustion is due for a move one way or another. Now the RSI and stochastics holding tight like such, still red, as well as the volume trajectory eventually going to turn over downwards, in my opinion. Feels like we're due for maybe one more knock at the door there at about at the door of 71K, about that, and then probably drop right back down, maybe even play in the channel over here. But from what I'm seeing, like we're still very weak. Like this jump up we've had is more or less just a relief, because from any large move, whether it be up or down, something that's as sustained and sometimes as sharp as this always has, or I shouldn't say always, but most of the time has a turnaround phase. And right now we're in said turnaround phase, but it's a crab market. It hasn't really changed all that much in terms of direction. It's just simply relief phase. So we've kind of dipped in and below that spider line that I was kind of pointing out here for quite some time now. And while we're still kind of forming short-term support, like it's bleeding out. Like there's a lot of weakness signs here, despite green dots and what have you. And again, we're just kind of banging off some very important volume areas. Lots of resistance, lots of selling out, and all those alts, like we were saying before, with that death cross and everything bleeding into Bitcoin, like that's probably the only reason it's really propping itself up right now and kind of staying as strong as it is. Like with all that extra fundage coming from all the other coins. But as we see here on the daily, we've definitely broken through and found home below the DBSI line. Now, when we finally turn back up, that's when I'll be in my bullish phase. But for now, I remain ultimately bearish with a lot of downward potential. We are just in a lull. Could this go on for another couple of weeks? It very well could. I feel like it could even come back up as far as 78,000 in the medium short term there. But I think if we were to look at our next level down, probably peg it somewhere, because now we're playing with this value range and also these channels. But I would peg it somewhere at about, we could go below 60K and hit that 58K. We did ping right off of 60, which was a huge sign of potential reversal. And if we could get one or two more of these kinds of signs, not really signals, but signs that there's kind of an end to it, then maybe the 1, 2, 3 rule will be as true as it is, and we'll be looking at a market reversal. But for now, this is kind of just a relaxation phase going forward. Not too much to go on here other than looking for some short range moves. I don't figure Bitcoin's going to be jumping up to 80, 90, 100K again for quite some time. And I still very firmly believe that we will never see 30K Bitcoin again. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to keep an open mind, nobody really knows. But I if I had to bet, I would bet you're right on that. If I had to really say, do I think Bitcoin's going to go to 30K? If I had to, I would say no.
No, that's my line in the sand, especially down there with that red spider line where we had our previous bear market. Like the fact that we flipped that both in the DBSI, it's really small, I'm sorry, but the fact that we flipped that in the DBSI and my spider line, formed it and just blew it out of the water. Like there is a bit of a gap here. So we very well could come down to my red line. Like absolute worst case scenario, I would peg the drop to be, oh geez, it keeps moving, at about 42K. That's probably about as low as I'd go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you thinking, Jimmy? Where you gonna start backing up the truck at and loading up? price wise?
On my chart, got the 2 lines drawn. Hang on.
We got a treat now. Jimmy's pulling up his chart. The rare occasion on Billy Goat Tales right here, guys. So pay attention.
I have it at.
Well, share it with us, Jimmy. Come on now.
I have it at from 54 down to 42 is go pretty hard. 42 and below,
Take out loans.
go full retard.
Not financial
yeah.
advice. Yeah.
How much do you think you'll be able to sell taco for if it gets down that low? You think they'll return them later on? That way you
Yeah,
kind
at
of get
least
the
a
money and
Tiffany.
get him back?
Probably like 42,000 on eBay.
42,000.
But I think, but in that, ideally, I'd like to see it more mid 50s, upper 40s. Would be really, really pushing a lot in. But until then, as these dips, $5,000 here, $5,000 there, just waiting to strike, at the right time. And, lucky for me, I mean, I've got enough coming in that I can do things such. I'm not having to hoard and decide when to deploy, this is what I got. I don't know if I'm going to get more kind of thing. I mean, for sure, mid 50s down into the 40s, I'm going pretty hard. I'll probably up it to $10,000 chunks.
Yeah.
At that point.
Yeah. Yeah. Just not that long ago, it was 85K, just within a month, right? Well, it wasn't that long ago. And
I think we'll see
I know that
I
because
think we're going to definitely
buy.
see 50s. So.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm just trying to be patient and wait. I think it will happen.
Jesse says 42K. Let's go. Amen, Jesse. I agree with that. I mean, you got to be excited if Bitcoin gets down into the 40s, right? I mean, I would be. With that said, let's jump in
to a little commercial break.
Billy Goat Tales.
Billy Goat Tales.
Billy Goat Tales.
Billy Goat Tales.
What is your favorite YouTube channel?
Billy Goat Tales. Hashtag Givers Gain.
Find Billy Goat Tales on YouTube every Sunday. Hashtag Givers Gain.
Look at that. I mean, we're getting so recognized and we're on all the news stations.
Yeah, they're talking about us on Billy.
Yeah. Yeah. We are just a very small channel that happened to get demonetized and even made us smaller. But we're still grinding it out. Grind it out. Like my friend Sammy Cup in Handy says, grind it out, baby. Grind it out. Very interesting update here. Lightning Labs roll out what? AI agent tools to help with Bitcoin transactions on the Lightning Network. New, hot off the presses. Lightning Labs has released a new open source toolkit designed to allow AI agents to operate directly on the Bitcoin Lightning Network, providing autonomous systems with a native way to make payments and access services. Now, the company says the tools address a key gap in the emerging AI economy, enabling agents to transact without human intervention. Here we go. Michael Levine, Lightning Labs head of product growth, explains that the toolkit allows AI systems to run a Lightning node, pay for services, and post paid endpoints without needing to identify a verification, API keys, or traditional registration. So here we go, guys. It's coming everywhere. More integration of AI, which Dave also brings up the thing that if you want to pull up our Billy Goat Tales dashboard, storyboard, the next story, Elon Musk's X goes crypto native. Smart cash tags bring real-time prices, charts, and on-chain tracking to timelines. This is just amazing. And we're going to do a whole space on this on Tuesday. But X's smart cash tags embed real-time prices, charts, and asset data directly into timelines, reducing reliance on external platforms. By supporting precise asset identification, including smart contracts, smart cash tags solve long-standing issues with duplicate or misleading tickers. The feature spans cryptocurrency, stocks, ETFs, and decentralized assets, signaling X's ambition to be a central hub for financial discourse. This was as of January 11th is when they announced the development of a new feature, but now they're rolling it out. And here is X Post. X is the best source for financial news, and hundreds of billions of dollars are deployed based on things people read right here. We are building smart cash tags that allow you to specify the exact asset or smart contract when posting a ticker. From timeline, users will be able to, and here's what they're going to be able to do. They're going to be able to not send to the wrong addresses. They're going to be able to, and we've all got caught up in this kind of stuff. Like I just said a little bit ago, there's going to be ways that on X that make it simpler and faster and easier so you can't screw up. What do we always complain about with we've always said that like retail for mass adoption to occur, you just got to make it easier, man. You got to make it so that it's just like Jimmy said a minute ago. Like if I don't have to do all these steps, I'll try it. And I think that's when real retail will come in, because we just really haven't seen a lot of evidence this market at all with any type of retail adoption, with the exception of Pump.Fun and Solana stuff. The memes did have their run there. But when a user posts using a smart cash tag, such as $BTC for Bitcoin or $ETH for Ethereum, the ticker becomes interactive. Tapping on it from the timeline displays real-time price data, performance charts, key market statistics, a consolidated view of all related mentions and posts about that specific X post and that asset. So they're figuring this out. If you want to pull up the screen there, Dave, they kind of show you a little glimpse of what it would look like on your phone when you get that. Yeah, there you go. I don't know if there's another one. I didn't read all the way down to the end. No, there was a new. Anyways, what do you guys think about this, Jimmy? Jimmy, what's your thoughts on this whole X? Would you try it? I guess is what I'm asking. Would you try it on X? You said yes to Coinbase.
I mean, I have all my watch lists set up in Trading View. No, I mean, I guess I don't know. I don't even like X that much, so probably not. I probably would not use it.
So if you could go on X and you pull up BTC and it gives you everything right there. You click it, it gives you the chart. It even, like TradingView, gives you the ability to trade it right there because it has its own financial wallet now. Say you got $1,000 in there and you just want to mess around with it. Would you do that? Would you?
I mean, I'd have to be on X to begin with.
Yeah.
And I'm not on it that much. No.
Yeah.
I mean, I see its benefit. I mean, that's okay for, if I'm scrolling and the price just happens to pop up. But I mean, I don't see that as being my go-to like TradingView is.
Yeah. So like right now, if you see like right now, Bitcoin dropped to $39,000, what would be your next step? You go in the TradingView, or you going into your wallet to pull up the chart there? Or
Well,
to
I mean,
buy
if I
there?
got an alert that Bitcoin hit a certain price, I'm probably going straight to Coinbase because I'm buying or selling, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably going to go double check on TradingView first and make sure that's where it's at and see what else, if it's probably going lower or going to get a wick, and then go buy.
But I'm just, you know, I don't. It's not a benefit for me. If you're on X all the time, then yeah, I could see that being a huge benefit. But for someone like myself, I'm just, you know, I won't end up leveraging it very much.
Well, and Dave, you said like you're a big X user, right? So like for you, how do you feel about this? Would it be something you would try?
I mean, I will probably try it, but I mean, that's most first iterations of a product aren't that great. So it would have to be like, there's things that you want to be able to do whenever you're trading. Like you want to just be able to drag your stop or your take profit. You want to move that around, or at least I do physically. I want to be able to touch it. So it depends on the functionality. It'd probably be cool just to send people stuff, but I don't know about, scalping or trading or something like that. Unless it's just super user friendly, and it may be. Elon says that eventually we won't need phones. So if I could just tell it, hey, move my stop to break even, and it'll do it. Cool.
Wouldn't that be cool? Where
Yeah.
you're not even like I think it's like a race to who's going to make it so doggone easy that everybody's just going to want to do business there. Who's going to be first to do that? And I think they're all racing to try to figure out who's going to do that. I think a company like Coinbase, and I saw Andy's like, I hope they don't crash Coinbase or whatever that comment was, Andy. I can't find it right now, but yeah, because I'm such a and we're not sponsored by Coinbase or anything like that, but I just such a user of Coinbase. I just love everything. Loved how they rolled in all this Solana stuff into it. Love how they added the poly market or the prop bets, and I just love what they're doing. They opened up stocks. I buy my stocks there now, man. I buy my stocks, bought gold, the futures. It's like it's an everything app. I mean, it's an everything app for me. But I think they got kind of like a little bit of a lead because they are financial based, whereas X is a social media platform based. So I think their conversion is going to be a little more difficult than what Coinbase's is. So if Coinbase,
I think they would see a partnership probably out of that. It would make sense if he partners with Coinbase, with Cash App, with a lot of the places that you can buy and trade Bitcoin. Kraken. Wouldn't you think?
I think it could be, but I think they're all kind of racing for like Elon has his own vision, right? And I think Brian Armstrong has his own vision. And there are certain synergies for sure that could be leveraged, but sometimes when you get into the it's like Trump and Elon, right? Like I just knew that was never going to work, man. It's like you're talking about two alpha dogs that have their own way, and the love affair happened for a while, but I just knew it wasn't going to work, man, because like they're both have their own way of doing things, and I look at Brian Armstrong, who's very young and smart, and he really sees a vision for the future his way, and I see Elon, who's really looking at total world domination, not just financial market domination. And I think he's into bigger plays, SpaceX and everything. And I think where Brian could be very focused and secular, Elon has to be a little bit more broader in his approach because of everything he's trying to do. So I don't know, could be certainly room for some synergies to take place. Just my worthless opinion about it. But what do you think, Crash? X and their financial wallets and all that stuff.
I think it's very interesting in the fact that, I mean, like, geez, I'm just having a massive mind blank right now.
You went blank on us, huh, Crash?
I went blank.
You need to drink water.
I do.
You need to drink water.
Well, while Crash is regaining his thoughts, let's have a message from our other channel, the Simple Terms Network.
Join us Saturdays live for the Simple Terms podcast.
A new type of interactive live show where you join in to break down complex topics in simple terms.
Join our human and AI host this Saturday on the @BillyGoatTales YouTube channel.
There it is.
So as I was saying, with regards to the Twitter trading and everything, like this is great. They're trying to get their foray into exchange work and whatnot, but I feel like this might be a bit of testing transactions and more or less. Like if they can fully integrate crypto and also offer kind of a bit of an exchange service, I don't think it's going to be designed around traders per se. It's going to be more or less designed around transactions, and they might even possibly do like a little Shopify thing on the side, like allow these creators to bring in some of their own merch and do a little bit of merchandise selling off of X. And the nice way to do that would be obviously through your traditional cash Visa transactions, but having proper true crypto integration inclusive of with this new AI stuff, I feel like it's a good thing. Like I personally wouldn't be going there to trade at all. But transactionally, I might. Like it could be if there's a transaction to be had on X, then move some funds over to those wallets, do what you need to do, and so on. But I don't think it would be like my hub, honestly.
Yeah, it's kind of like in crypto. And it depends on who you're talking to, right? So like if Jimmy called me up and said, "Hey Billy, I've been eyeballing this new project for the last few months, and they're doing this and this, and it might be worth throwing in $50 or $100 or something like that, right? Just as a DGen kind of long-term moonbag play. Well, what you run into a lot of times is, you can't buy it on Coinbase. You can't buy it over here. You gotta go use a DEX and use a DEX. And I'm thinking now in retail terms, right? So retail users, you got to be a crypto person to kind of figure all that out. If X or Coinbase satisfies that, and whoever does that first, like Dave said, you can just talk to them and say, "Hey man, this coin Jimmy gave me a $RWS, pull that up. It's on the Polygon network and give me $50 worth of it." And all right, your order's executed. Boom. Dude, that's cool, right? That's cool. Whoever figures that out is probably going to be first to market and probably win the day, right? Or win out until something else comes available that they can.
As long as they can get those APIs and webhooks going and the little bit of software behind, they should figure it out, I would hope.
I mean, with the AI agents, it's going to make that stuff. I think it'd be cool.
It'll streamline all those actions. Yeah.
Man, I'm excited about that. Like makes my life easier, right? Jimmy and I getting old. We like the easy, right, Jimmy?
Yes, sir. We do.
Yeah, we like the easy play. All right, what else do we got? Oh, okay, Dave. We have, as we keep moving through these, trying to inform our audience on what is going around the cryptoverse. Check this out. Brazil proposes national Bitcoin reserve. And what do they target? 1 million Bitcoin over 5 years. Guys, yet another country adopting a Bitcoin treasury. Brazilian lawmakers have reintroduced a bill proposing the creation of a strategic sovereign Bitcoin reserve to acquire 1 million Bitcoin over 5 years. Now, isn't this funny? I was watching CNBC the other day, and they were talking about with the stable coins now, there's no need for Bitcoin because now we have stable coins. And I was like, these are non-crypto people, of course, but their view was with stable coin adoption, which they admit has been just off the hook, the financial rails now that you can, that are set up to receive, blockchain rails basically for financial transactions, that they said on CBC, they said, well, there's probably no need for what's the purpose of Bitcoin then? That's what Satoshi wanted in the beginning was, financial rails for monetary peer-to-peer payment. And now we have stable coins. And I'm thinking to myself, you guys are so far behind the 8 ball on this. You really don't know what you're talking about. And what was that a week ago? And here we got a week later, Brazil is going to set up a million Bitcoins, not $1 million, $1 million Bitcoin reserve. Brazilian lawmakers have the bill presented by the federal deputy outlines a comprehensive framework to integrate Bitcoin into the country's financial strategy and diversify national reserves. The proposed legislation established several guidelines. First, the plan calls for a gradual accumulation, purchasing of at least, look at that, 1 million Bitcoin over 5 years. It prohibits the sale of Bitcoin seized by Brazilian judicial authorities. So they can't sell it if it was seized, ensuring that these assets remain in the public control. Let's see what else was on here. I think there was something else. Transparency, a central feature, and it emphasizes secure storage of digital assets using technologies such as cold wallets, multi-sig wallets, and other international recognized mechanisms. What do you think about that, Dave? Digital Brazil coming to the game, man.
Yeah, I mean, it could be good. Once more whatever they call it, nation states come in, then that's better and better for Bitcoin. I mean, better and better for its longevity. I don't know if it's better and better for volatility or if it's better and better for those that hold their private keys and wanted it to be, used for transactions. But as it grows and it becomes a regulated asset, I mean, I think it's good in that sense.
I think it's just huge for adoption. What's your thoughts on it, Jimmy Jim?
I'm going to call BS on that one.
What do you mean?
In order to accumulate 1 million Bitcoin over the next 5 years, you're going to have to buy 548 Bitcoin every single day. There's only 450 being produced a day.
So they're getting that off.
Okay, you say so.
So you think that's very aggressive, huh? Like how you're going to get
crazy aggressive.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about controlling 5% of all the Bitcoin ever.
And that creates an artificial supply crunch where we would inevitably see what we would consider scamwicks, but are actually just a product of them reaching out via over the counter, not just to get to exchange supply, but to see who else is willing to open their wallet, right? Because that's where it's got to come from.
So,
if all the miners sold every Bitcoin, they still didn't have enough.
Well, no, but you have the market that's always selling too. So you have what's being produced today plus what's in liquidity in the marketplace. So, I mean, there's enough there to do that. It's like that would absolutely create a squeeze, like Crash is saying. But it kind of brought up like a year ago, whenever, maybe longer. Gary on Cardone space we were on at that time, or maybe he was on our space, I can't remember, but he said something like to the fact that if every millionaire just bought 1 Bitcoin in America alone, just every millionaire just bought 1 Bitcoin, we wouldn't have enough, right? There'd be like, it would take Bitcoin's price to, whatever it was at the time, $1 million or whatever. So it's like, yeah, if that kind of buying does happen, man, it's like why we need to own more Bitcoin, right? It's like every cycle I come out of, I just need to own more Bitcoin. It'd be pretty cool because that squeeze would be real. That would absolutely make the price go bonkers, right? Let's see, Mr. Market, they're only 21. Yep, we got that. And they are competing with major global asset holders. Yeah, like BlackRock and other more powerful nations. Yeah, agreed. Could you imagine sending robots into the Amazon jungle to visit those tribes that have no contact with the outside world?
Yes, I could imagine that.
I don't know what that is. The exchange. That's my. Can you guys hear that pounding?
Sounds like somebody's here. Who is it? Hello, come in.
It's. I think it's one of my grandkids. Tell you the truth. That's somebody else? Yeah, I think it's one of the grandkids up there doing something, working on something. I don't know. I don't know. Did we get everybody on that one? I like it. I like it. I'm long Bitcoin. I'm long Brazil. Go for it, Brazil. I think it's going to be good for all of us if they do get that adopted and they do make that happen. I think that's just going to.
Wait a minute. Where'd you long Brazil on Polymarket?
I'm long Brazil for doing a Bitcoin reserve. That's what.
Got you. Yeah, somebody's banging it out.
Yeah, somebody's banging it out up there, but
guys, many apologies. Many apologies, guys.
Welcome back, Red.
Factory reset still works.
Well, that's good, Red. You looked a little.
Oh man, my
you
face
looked a little shaken.
Redder than Santa Claus.
Well, that's why they call you Red Man.
Exactly. You figured it out.
And now for the crypto bubbles with Red Man.
Oh, I was just in the task manager, ending all these tasks. I had to read. Man, I put OBS back in, and oh my gosh, it was a mess. Sorry, guys.
You did it just fine, Red Man. No big deal. Jeez, Pete's kids are people too.
Somebody's having fun up there.
I know it. That's all right. I just texted my wife. She'll take care of it. I told him, come down here and pound so I can see what you're pounding. You got me curious. Let me okay, let's keep moving here. It's a slow day on Billy Goat Tail, so we'll just keep it slow here. Here, check this out. U.S. Treasury's passing the Clarity Act is critical for U.S. Bitcoin and crypto sovereignty. Well, no kidding. So have you guys been reading what Brian Armstrong's, he's pretty much been tweeting that, and his tweets seemed a little bit more forceful of late. And which leads me to believe the behind the scenes meetings about the Clarity Act, or haven't been going our way, now I'm just reading into the situation. I really don't know, have no clue. But then I see an article like this, where Scott Bessent recently passed lawmakers to act on a stalled crypto legislation, saying the United States must secure clear market structure rules before the end of the spring legislative session. Well, guys, that's coming up. So the politicians know how to play these games, right? As far as subcommittee work, drafts, markups, rewrite, what gets put on the agenda to be approved, what doesn't get put on the agenda, who scratches whose back, all that kind of stuff. Big political world up there. Meanwhile, Brian Armstrong, he's just saying, I'm here to get this done for the crypto industry. So I feel like I can read some of his subliminal, passive-aggressive kind of anxiety or angst, at least, about some of the behind-the-scenes chatter, possibly. In an interview from Fox News Sunday morning, futures, Bessa said that the digital asset market, Clarity Act, commonly referred to as Clarity Act, is essential to the future viability of Bitcoin and digital assets for U.S. market. Bessent told host Maria Bartiromo, she's always been great, that the recent volatility and developments in crypto markets really show the need for legal certainty. And as you guys know, the Genius Act passed, which is more about the stablecoin side. And what Brian Armstrong had said is, listen, man, we already have a great piece of legislation here. If we're not going to get staking, if we're not going to get, which was what this Clarity Act, part of what it was doing, it was allowing for us to stake. There's even ETFs, right? Remember Solana ETF that got submitted and approved, I believe, for part of its package was to earn the staking rewards. I can't remember which exchange or company put that forth, but like, yeah, that's critical. Like, you got to have staking. And so he's basically putting the flag in the sand right there and saying, hey man, we got to have this happen. I personally don't think like it's been going good. What's your thoughts on that, Red Man? I don't know for sure. I'm just reading the tea leaves, and it seems like it's not as going as we had hoped as crypto people.
Yeah, I can't remember the quote exactly, but it's first they laugh at you, then how does the rest of that go? I wish I had my thing up right now. But anyways, first they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win, basically. So that's exactly what's going on here with the big banks. The big banks, it's like internet and newspapers. Internet took out the newspapers, right? Nobody reads a newspaper anymore. They get on the internet. And I mean, the newspaper is still coming out in some areas, but it's for the most part, the internet is taken over the news. So that's exactly what's happening here. You've got crypto, and crypto is a better investment than these banks. In the banks, the savings only gets you what? Maybe 0.5% on your savings. You know, crypto's giving you Coinbase is giving you what, 3-4%? That's a major markup from 0.5%. So yeah, the banks know this. The banks are trying to fight Brian Armstrong left and right. I did hear a little rumor about Brian Armstrong. I have to clarify it first. So you guys will have to stay tuned next week. I'll have that answer for you. But yeah, it's very, very interesting how this is all playing out. The CFTC versus SEC thing. It says right here, the Clarity Act finally ends the regulation by enforcement era. The maturity test for an asset to be a commodity, the underlying blockchain must be mature and or decentralized. And they're trying to clarify that by 6 months. If the blockchain's been up for 6 months, I think all this stuff is great. The problem is the people with all the money, the banks, think it's horrible because they can see their profits going out right out the window. So they're going to fight tooth and nail. And they're going to, get all their cronies to come after Coinbase and come after you, the crypto holder. They don't like you. They can't make any money off of you because your money is on chain. Your money is creating yield, and they despise that because that's taking money out of their pockets.
Like, I'm going way back here. Jimmy might remember this, but like Ross Perot said when he was running for president, if they passed NAFTA, he said, you're going to hear a giant sucking sound down to Mexico. And he was right. And what the banks are realizing, if they pass this, there's going to be a giant sucking sound over to crypto, like $5 to $10 trillion coming in. What was once part of the banks going to be part of crypto. So yeah, I mean, look, if you are old legacy and you represent Wells Fargo, you represent a bank, you got to fight for the food that you put on the table in that industry. I understand that. That's business. I get it. So we'll see. I just think crypto's the future. Blockchain's the future. Bitcoin's the future. So it's almost like you're fighting a losing battle, banks. You better just figure out how to adopt it and make money using the rails instead of trying to hold on to the old system, because the old system is not going to be part of the future. It's too slow, it's too costly, and it just doesn't work anymore. So figure out how to run on the rails of blockchain and make money doing it and join the cause. That's what I would say. Clip that, Red Man.
No, the question I was going to ask, I don't know if you guys heard of this or not. This has to do with Brian Armstrong. Did you know that Brian Armstrong's selling mass amounts of coin right now, the Coinbase stock?
No, I didn't hear that.
So it says yes, Brian Armstrong's been selling substantial amounts of Coinbase, the Coinbase stock, throughout 2025 into the early 2026. Based on recent SEC filings, the market reports, here's the breakdown of his selling activity. Total volume, Armstrong sold more than 1.5 million shares between April 2025 and January 2026. Total value, the estimated proceeds from these sales are approximately $550 million. The latest transaction, his most recent reported sale, occurred on January 5th, 2026, where he offloaded 40,000 shares at roughly $249 to $255 per share. My question is why?
Well, the answer is easy. He's a crypto guy. He knows that Coinbase is a surrogate for Bitcoin and crypto. He knows. He's been playing this game a long time. So his stock is going to go down during the bear market. He knows that. As an individual, even if I'm the CEO, I mean, he's got to think of those ramifications. But dude's probably just trying to make money, right? I was like,
right. It says these sales are not spontaneous. They're executed under a prearranged trading plan adopted in August 2025. These plans allow insiders to sell a predetermined number of shares at set times to avoid accusations of insider trading. Diversification. Armstrong has publicly stated that after 13 years with nearly 100% of his net worth in coin, he is diversifying his holdings to fund other ventures, such as longevity startup New Limit. That's pretty, it seems pretty legit to me. They're going to try to FUD him, but seems pretty legit.
No, I think everything the man does is pretty open and out there. And I think his cause and passion and purpose is very obvious. He's a crypto guy, man. He's a Bitcoin guy. He started his exchange. Everybody knows the story, right? He so it's like, yeah, when you start making that kind of money, who wouldn't, if the rules are, yeah, you're a CEO, you should put it in a blind trust so that nobody thinks that you're moving on inside information for your own company. Well, yeah, here's my instructions. From this date to this date, I'm going to sell my Coinbase stock. And from this date to this date, I want you to buy my Coinbase stock, right? Because he knows. And do that blindly with those marching orders, he's probably going to be just fine, because we all know that Coinbase is just like Strategy, right? They're a surrogate for Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going down, so is Coinbase stock, and so is Strategy stock, period. So, yeah.
I mean, he still owns a 14% stake in the company, and it's worth $7.5 billion. So he's still a major player in the company. He just he's taken his profits and he's reinvested it in startups. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, Mr. Market, Tesla. Talking about Tesla, I keep buying Tesla. I've been telling everybody, not financial advice, it's for my own thesis, for my own investment plan, but I just keep buying Tesla too. Tesla, to me, where they're going, and I know SpaceX merger with XAI, but I'm just buying Tesla myself. So when you said that, it made me think not just what Elon's doing, but to me, it's so cheap right now. Now we'll see. I do think that 2026 is going to be a tough year overall for the S&P. At the end of the year, I think when we look back, I think it's going to be a tough year.
We'll at least celebrate the entrance of Dylan.
Hey, Dylan, what's going on? Good to see you, man. I thought that was reserved for the
Close enough.
Yeah,
I mean, we
close
can't
enough.
use it right now, so we got to keep it warmed up. If you don't, if you don't use it, you lose it, kind of deal. So we'll just.
Are we gonna open the club too?
Oh, that's always up to Jimmy. Jimmy's got the keys to the club, but we could do it anytime, but I don't think we're there yet, right? Unless you see Jimmy's finger, you got to. And Dave would love that because he loves cutting me off, like in men sitting. So he'd love that. He'd just do it like as soon as Jimmy gets a little finger going, he'd hit the button. Right, Dave?
If you're into crypto and you want crypto news, crypto education, and pure crypto motivation,
One Network, the Billy Goat Tales YouTube channel is for you. Don't miss another episode. Subscribe now to @Billy Goat Tales on YouTube.
Can we get a less scarier chick to do our promo videos, please?
She's got muscles in her cheeks, bro.
Is that your body, Dave? You put a girl's head on your body or what?
That was Jesse wanted something to look at. Look at him over there. He's like, yeah.
Man,
she's got muscles in her face, man, that are bigger than my muscles.
All you have to do to have a body like that is write it.
Write the code.
Yeah, write the prompt.
Warren Buffett's investing lessons meets crypto extreme fear in 2020. And this is huge, guys. I mean, this is to me why I do what I do personally. But he's the man. I mean, I don't think anybody can disagree that Warren Buffett knows how to pick them, knows how to use a strategy, and is very patient. And I've studied him. I wish I could just picked up everything he offered up in all of his books and all of his recordings, 35, 40 years ago, but he's so good. But anyways, the key takeaways, the crypto fear and greed index has plunged into extreme fear. It's historically capitulates. The capitulation zone is right there. Past cycles show that peak fear often marks exhaustion of sellers, but does not guarantee a rebound. Majors like Bitcoin and Ethereum are stabilizing while smaller tokens are leading short-term bounces. Extreme fear favors the accumulation of some assets, not the indiscriminate buying of all altcoins. What are you saying there? Well, one of his most famous investing principles may be relevant to the crypto 2026 than ever before. Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful. Don't follow the herd. And that right there is the lesson I learned from him a long time ago. Don't follow the herd. We carried that over into Frankie's channel. Don't follow the herd. Don't follow the herd. And it came from Warren Buffett. The fear and greed index as a contrarian signal. It could be the crypto fear index, a greed index condenses volatility, volume, social sentiment, dominance, and trend data into a single score ranging from 0 extreme fear to 100 extreme greed. Unlike price-based indicators, it measures psychology, which is usually the real driver of tops and bottoms. Psychology, guys. Historically, extreme fear has coincided with forced selling, capitulation, and long-term opportunity, while extreme greed has aligned with leverage, complacency, and eventual drawdowns. So it's just the opposite of what you think. You're seeing extreme fear and everybody's selling because everybody's fearful. That's psychology piece. When the smart people, even though it feels wrong, they know to buy. They know to buy. The Warren Buffetts know to buy. And they know to buy. It works when it's a good cup, when it's a Coca-Cola, right? It works when it's a when it's an Amazon. It works when it's a Tesla, and it works when it's a Bitcoin. And you just got to keep that in mind. I thought this was a great example of how to apply his thinking and his success to the crypto market, and specifically to Bitcoin. What's your thoughts on that, Jimmy Jim? Our man Warren Buffett.
I mean, I definitely have more of an investing style, as he does. You know what I'm saying? I'm more looking at, daily, monthly, and yearly charts than I am anything below that, and waiting for those prime times. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, whether it's going up or down, I mean, I'll still, play a little bit on the side, but my big holdings are at those prime times, for sure.
Yeah. What about you, Dave Digital? What do you think about Warren Buffett's thoughts on that?
Hey, Warren Buffett's a smart man. You can't blame him. I think he just didn't get into crypto because it wasn't worth his time. I just think he was already finished doing what he was doing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. His strategies work though in crypto.
Yeah.
I mean, he's such a good investor that you can use his strategies and apply them to crypto.
Yeah. His multi-phase approach. Very
well. I think you can
versatile.
use them mainly with. I mean, I don't know if you can use them across crypto. I mean, I wouldn't go looking at the trash coins and thinking that, since it's got so much downside that you're gonna turn it into a company, because I don't think many of them are companies like what he turned around. He would take bare bones and stuff that he can tell on the books should be worth more than it was, and it just wasn't. I don't think there's a lot of that in crypto. I think a lot of it's worth more than what it should be already. It needs to go down a lot.
Oh yeah. Well, his number one premise is he's looking for real good companies. It's got to be a good company, and then it has to be undervalued. And a lot of these protocols are not companies, right? And he's not even going to mess with them, right?
Yeah.
But I think if Warren Buffett was right now 50 instead of 90, I think he would see that, hey man, this Bitcoin at this point. Now, you're right. He put himself out to pasture, and a lot of those old dogs, even BlackRock, right? Larry Fink, just a couple of years ago. It wasn't that long ago. I mean, we remember watching him on TV saying Bitcoin's a joke, but he turned the page, right? And I think Warren Buffett probably would have too. He doesn't need to. Why take the risk? But his premise of don't follow the herd and use psychology, and when everybody's selling, you're buying a good project, a good company, then that's such a takeaway, I think, not financial advice, but just how I do it. And that's why fear and greed right now being so low. And to DDT's point, it could be low for months, but it's still not going to matter. It's like you're in extreme fear. It can go on for 4 months in extreme fear, and the price could go lower. And for me, for my own investment thesis and strategy, that's fine. I don't care. I bought it at 85. I bought it at 70. I bought it at 65. I bought it at 60. I'm going to buy it at 40 if it gets there. It's like, it's a fine piece. Like Sammy was talking, Leifer was talking about, like, he looks at it, and I think Saylor said this too, but he looks at it like buying a piece of downtown New York way back in the day, buying Martha's Vineyard, back in the 1900s. Like, I'm not selling my Bitcoin. That's what he says. And I don't sell my Bitcoin either. We've talked about that. I can't sell my Bitcoin, man. I just can't do it. And it probably is smarter to sell it at the top and stake your rewards and then buy it back. It probably, from a pure financial standpoint, it probably does make more sense to do that. I just can't get rid of it, man. I just can't get rid of it. One time I sold my Bitcoin was like 3 years ago. I had a little bit, And this is not the trading bag, right? So I have Bitcoin in the trading bag that we trade. It's not my long-term bag, but I was about, what was it? 22 was the bottom. And so this would have been 23 and 23. Yeah. So in 23, I took, I don't know, 0.25 of Bitcoin. So whatever the price was in 23, maybe $30,000 for Bitcoin or whatever. I took like 0.25 of it and bought more DOT. I bought more DOT with 0.25 of Bitcoin, man.
Ouch.
Now
Man, you are totally into that.
Oh, I got a lot of DOT. And I've staked it, and it keeps,
making more DOT,
but DOT's price just keeps going further and further down. So it's like you can't tell everybody about your wins if you don't tell everybody about your losses. And, like everybody knows, I bought DOT, I bought Cardano, I bought a ton of Atom, and this is when the Atom was low. So this is like in 22. So 21 high hit. I bought Bitcoin at the bottom. I bought Atom at the bottom. I bought DOT, a big chunk of DOT at the bottom. Cardano at the bottom. I bought, and of course, Solana. Everybody knows the Solana. And you know what worked out on all of that was Solana did well, right? I got good Solana, and I bought ETH. And ETH did well. So my ETH and my Solana did well, but all those other ones, I mean, they had their run. April of 2024, guys, remember, we came out of 25 just now, but 24, we had a nice pump in April of 24. That pump was a nice pump I thought it was a precursor to what was going to come in the real bull market. And those, like DOT got up to, I don't know, go back and look on the chart, Dave, but I want to say DOT got up to 10, $11. And it was down in that, I don't know, $2 range or $3 or $4, but it went up to like, it could have even been 15, 11 to 15. DDT's probably in there. It's got a chart pull. Somebody's got a chart pull. But like April of 24, we had a run for alts, and it didn't last very long. And then it's just been in the cooker ever since. Andrea remembers. I know she remembers because we talked back.
As far as I got DOT is on Coinbase, and I don't think it goes back far enough. No, it doesn't. I gotta pull up the different.
Yeah. Any thoughts on Warren Buffett, guys, before we move on, and his strategy and fear and greed and don't follow the herd? Anybody got any comments on that?
I think it's very wise, very traditional. I think he's got a good thing going. Just trying to get his little bit of foray in there before he kicks the can and he sits and just enjoys the rest of his days, right? So it's nice that he's finally getting his feet wet with crypto.
Well, hopefully. I mean, his company is, but I don't think he is. But
did they buy something?
Well, some of his companies have owned. He's not a Bitcoin or crypto guy, but he's got a lot of companies that he owns, right? And some of those companies have exposure. So not directly. Meaning Warren Buffett, I don't think owns any.
I should have clarified on that one, but yeah.
Yeah. Any thoughts, Redman?
No, it makes sense. Bitcoin's down 29% for the year. DOT's down 73% for the year. Which one are you going to go with? You're going to go with Bitcoin?
Can you imagine that?
Hey, look, we've all been there, Billy. I've been there too. I've converted my Bitcoin to ETH. I've converted my Bitcoin to virtuals.
You can't get more
virtual.
Bitcoin.
I converted Bitcoin to virtuals. It got there. I mean, what I did was I sold it and then bought back. And so I bought ETH, and with the ETH, I bought the virtuals. So, but yeah, we've all done it.
I make those mistakes one time, I learned, and I'm out, man. I'm like,
but
I'm done.
Yeah,
more Bitcoin.
Can't afford to keep on doing that. And these other coins, I mean, they're absolutely right. They're alts for a reason, and I'm not going to cuss here, but they're alts for a reason. And they're trying to put their stamp on the crypto ecosystem, just like Bitcoin did. But Bitcoin's king daddy. It always be number one.
Yeah. Here's Vanguard reports over 400 million in unrealized losses on Circle holdings. 400 million. Give me one of those. Give me I'll take 2 million. Vanguard, the world's second largest asset management firm. Did you guys know that? They're number 2, has reported significant unrealized losses on its holdings in Circle stock. According to its latest 13F filings with the SEC, Vanguard holds 5,653,110 shares of Circle, valued at $340 million, basically. This represents an unrealized loss of over $400 million, given the initial cost basis of $739 million. The disclosure comes as part of the Vanguard's quarterly 13F filing, a requirement for institutional investment managers with over 1 billion assets under management. These filings, which detail holdings as of the end of each quarter, are typically made public by mid-February for the previous fourth quarter. So, guys, I say this, I thought this was interesting to bring up because long-term bags, if you haven't felt any pain, the real world of seeing, unrealized loss, and it's only going to be a true loss if you sell it, if you take an action, execute that order. Otherwise, it's just on paper, man. It's no different than when you bought Bitcoin at, say, 25,000 and it goes up to 126,000 and you look at your balance and you're like, well, that's a huge profit. It's an unrealized profit. And so you got to keep in mind what Jimmy said, the patience. You got to have patience, an investor mindset versus just trying to get in there and call the tops and call the bottoms, right? You just can't do it. Now, on the trading side, where we come from, Dave, totally different. On the trading side, it really doesn't matter. We're just looking to make the trades, right? And it's all about the charts, and it's all about the setup, and it's all about your own style, what you use as your trigger points to make that trade. Lifer has his system, Frankie has his system, Jason has his, Alex has his. Everybody has their own little system, right? And it works for them. They've become very successful at utilizing their system. But from an investment thesis, I think all of them would say, I think every one of them would say that you got to have patience and just buy the fear and buy during the dips, these low dips like this, the bear market season, so to speak. And the long-term accumulation is where you're going to get your biggest gains, your most consistent gains anyway. So what's your thoughts on Vanguard, Red Man? Pretty substantial.
What I think happened is probably that smart money got caught up and bought the top. That's what I think happened. I think they bought in 2025 when it was the digital asset infrastructure peak, right? We were all and I think that's when they bought. And right now, yeah, they're minus 400 million. But I mean, come next bull run, they're going to be plus 1,000%. So I mean, just hold on to it. Just hold on to it till it's 2, 3, 400 X's, and then sell it off. Just like everybody else. Yeah, you're going to be stuck with it a little longer. I'd rather be stuck with Bitcoin than any other coin, like Warren Buffett was saying. But, these alts, some of them, yes, they do have a chance to come back. And I don't know. The top 10 for me are good. I think those top 10 coins are good. I think past that, you're really taking on a lot of risk. Yeah, exactly. Because we've all done it, right? So
yeah. Any thoughts on that loss, Dave Digital, or unrealized loss?
I mean, I think that Coinbase, when it first IPO'd, right? Is that we're talking about Circle's IPO, not the actual stable point. So when Coinbase first IPO'd, it also tanked, and then it had a hell of a really, really, really good rebound. I think you're probably looking at the same thing with somebody like Circle.
Yeah, not only is it relatively newer IPO, but it also, because it's been out for a while, but it's also the bear market. It's like it's another it's like strategy, or it's like Coinbase. Like you're going to have these companies that are connected to crypto during a bear market. They're just not going to. It's like the miners, right? The miners, like we talked about that on the show before, right? There's a time to buy crypto mining stocks, and there's a time to sell crypto mining stocks. And so it's like, if you just did that, you're going to be fine, right? Generally speaking, again, like Warren Buffett says, the good companies. So to me, this is not that big a deal. I think they're trying to make some traction out of it. Could be an anti-crypto story, but it kind of made me hopefully making the people, the community, understand, look, everybody goes through that. It's just unrealized profits or unrealized losses. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Keep buying the good stuff, which to me is Bitcoin. I want to get into, you guys are going to love this one, man. There you go. Did you guys see this? Sam Bankman-Fried seeks new trial in FTX fraud case.
He really wants to get back in his Corolla.
It's something, man. The former FTX CEO is seeking a retrial, claiming newly discovered evidence and prosecutorial misconduct in his fraud case. Former FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried has formally requested a new trial following a motion in federal court in Manhattan as he continues to challenge his 2023 fraud conviction. The 35-page filing was submitted. Let's see, get down here. Bankman-Fried is currently serving a 25-year prison sentence after jury found him guilty of 7 counts of fraud and conspiracy tied to the collapse of FTX and the misuse of billions in customer funds. He argues that the newly discovered evidence justifies a retrial and accuses the Department of Justice of withholding information. Now, I think what he's banking on too is, we got a good crypto administration now. We had an anti-crypto administration before, so I think I'm going to try to get some traction out of this. But man, good luck to you. I doubt. Anyway, I won't give my opinion. What's your thoughts on that, Jimmy Jim?
Yeah, man. I mean, might knock a few years off, but what's done's done. You're not just gonna walk on that deal, you know. So yeah, why not? You ain't got nothing else to do.
Might as well try, right?
That's right.
Well, if the door is open, take it. Like, I mean, just realistically, if we're thinking about only, like, you're in the slammer, you want to get the best of your life. You're going to get the best of your life inside the slammer. But then, of course, you're going to want to look for avenues out, and you're going to take any possible avenue out. It's just the way it is. I mean, obviously, I don't think he's going to be the guy to take a spoon from the kitchen and try to dig his way out of the wall behind the bed. But, you know.
Yep. Thoughts, Redman?
I mean, SBF and integrity, 2 things that have never been in the same sentence. So I would definitely expect him to try to get some years knocked off and try to do it in a sleazy way. Just a big witness intimidation claim, I guess, in the filings. So they're trying to, I guess, use a technicality, which is the case most of the time in these sleazebag cases. But anyways, yeah, that's pretty much all I got.
Well, it says under federal rules, a new trial based on newly discovered evidence can be requested within 3 years of conviction. So it's now up to the court to decide whether his claims meet that threshold. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on that story.
And I know it's not popular, but I'm team free Sam Bankman. I want him back out. I want him free again. Maybe he does 8 years. I think that's fair enough. 12 years and then let him try again. I think that the world is better with him than without him. I don't think his intention was to screw everybody over. I think his timing was wrong and his path was wrong. But we can all see that if it would have just been 6 months later, everybody would never noticed.
I know you like being for the little guy, Dave.
I like him.
He's
not even the little guy.
He's
not the little guy. But him personally, I think he personally at that age is a little guy. I think he was used and abused and taken advantage of. Did he? I mean, I think that he had people around him that knew more than he did about that. I think he took a chance that he shouldn't have taken, and it failed. But I don't think that
you can't be smart and stupid at the same time, can you?
Of course you can. Look at Einstein. Of course you can.
Well, I mean about the secular category. It's like that's crypto. I don't. When you go in and to me, what made him guilty is the part that comes down to this. When you go in, when you create new coins that now show up on your financial ledger as this additional billions of dollars because you just created them out of thin air and you think that that's okay. I don't think you're that stupid. I don't. I just don't think you're that
Those
stupid.
coins, if 6 months later, it would have worked.
What do you mean?
The numbers show that nobody would have lost $1 and they would have all been in profit if it's 6 months. And nobody would have known if they just wouldn't have busted his butt that early. If he would have made it 6 months more, nobody would have known. And he would have been just fine.
He knew what he was doing.
I love my Johnny Cash songs, man. There's a Johnny Cash song in there somewhere, Dave.
I just think that we're built on criminals. All of our corporations are built on criminals. They all did the same kind of stuff. He just got caught. He had a good plan. The plan got caught. He got caught up. They've all done something like that. And that there's a bit of, let me just say, not all, but there's a lot of them have done very similar things and just didn't get caught. Just like each one of us, we've done things that we didn't get caught for that we could have been sitting in the slammer for.
I don't understand how that makes it okay, though.
I didn't say it makes it okay. I think that he got way more than what he should have got. I think he shouldn't have got 25 years. I think 8 to 12 years is fair.
Yeah, it is a white collar crime. It's not like the man, killed anybody or anything. Mr. Market, he says he agrees with you, Dave. His parents let him around. Yeah, his parents did leave him around.
And I'm not saying he's a great guy or didn't make any bad choices, but he didn't make the same choices a molester makes or somebody that hurts a child, and they get a lot less time.
Yeah, look at Joe's comment. He's right there. The government creates money out of thin air, but if we do it, we go to prison.
Right,
that's a good point, Joe.
I mean, it's true.
That's a good point. I don't know. I just don't think he was innocent. And I just think he knew what he was doing. And if you read his story and his Genesis story, he is a speculator, right? He was the best at the arbitrage, right? So he was making millions.
That story's kind of made up too.
Well, no, it was with his interview live with him.
Yeah, but he kind of made that story up. Yeah.
No, he told that story on an interview.
I mean, if you look for the evidence, it's not really there.
Well, he's the one that told the story, though, to the reporter sitting down in a live interview. When she asked him, how did you get started?
The Jane Street.
He told her. I was like, wow. I mean, so my point is, should he get 25? That's a good, I don't know. But I don't think he was innocent by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, I don't think he was innocent, but I don't think that the time fit what he got. I mean, I think he's super talented, and I think that we could benefit from him
by robbing us more.
So to your point there, Dave, actually, white collar crimes are honestly not treated the same way as, say, violent crimes, and then that's where the scalability of enforcement action comes into question, right? So again, that's why I'm seeing the contention between Red and yourself, and I can totally understand Red's perspective. Personally, I agree with Red. Like the more severe of the crime, the more they're taken, the more people are affected. Thus, they should be hit hard.
I have friends that FTX stole from. They will never see that money back. They were counting on that money to be there for retirement, college, what have you. Now that money's gone because somebody is an actual robber and robbed them of that money. So I will never.
How long does robbery
I will
normally?
never look at
How much do you
SBF.
normally get for a robbery? You don't get 25 years to life unless it's aggravated and you killed somebody.
I don't know, man. It just that doesn't sit right with. That's fine. That's great. He's smart enough to make a bunch of money, but he's also stupid enough to lose it all too. You know, so I don't know. I respect your opinion, Dave, but for me, SBF is a criminal and he's where he should be.
Okay.
Well, everybody's different. That's why we're here. Hey, we got Vegas Claw, my man. Okay, Basa amigo. Good to see you, Claw man. Look, you do know friends that lost money in FTX. I think what was it, 14 or 16 Solana I left in there, and I mean I got it all out except that, and it was only at the time $150 or whatever. It wasn't that much, but like right now, I'd love to have that 16 Solana back, even at $86. I mean, when it went up to over 200, I was like, man, I should have got that out of there. But you know,
liquidity. You see what?
Yeah, that's Claw, my man Claw. Last story, and then we're going to Jimmy's final thoughts in the Bitcoin close, the weekly close. But I wanted to hit this real quick because it talked about the altcoin season index. And it's pretty interesting because all of it, it's basically reinforcing what we've talked about earlier in the show today. Shows that the crypto market is still in the Bitcoin dominance phase, with the index score standing at 30. Now this was printed yesterday, so a little different today. 30 out of 100. This figure indicates that altcoins have not been able to outperform Bitcoin's performance in the last 90 days, or really in the last year, right? Despite a slight increase compared to the previous week, the index is still far from the 75% threshold that marks the start of altcoin season. At the beginning of the show, you saw, I think we were on Coin Market Cap. I think it was at, let me see, what was it at? Does anybody remember? Let me pull it up real quick. Like the coin. Mine's not typing. Can somebody pull that up? Coin Market Cap. See what the altcoin season in. I don't know why mine's not working.
I'll look at it.
Yeah. I can't type for some reason. Because this was just a couple days ago.
36.
So it's at 36 now. It says 30 here. So it's increased. 75 being the number that we need for it to be altcoin season. Based on the latest data, as of February, this is way back in the February 3rd, the market currently is still in a phase of Bitcoin. You know, which we know.
Still 13. Extreme fear is still 13. So,
yeah, we're still in extreme fear. Lots of news and stories based on the fact that, hey, man, it's certainly not altcoin season. We're in a bear market. What are you doing? Where are you putting your money? Are you buying? What are you buying? I am not buying alts, man. I can tell you that. Not yet. And even though there is a story floating out there that possibly we've been all season wise in a bear market since a year ago, January, not this January, a year ago, January, and we're like 2/3 through it. If that is true, if it turns out to be, say in May, alts start pumping. Remember April of 24, they pumped. Okay. If that is the case, man, I'd be the one that miss it, right? Because for me, I'm not buying alts, not yet.
I mean, a little dot. You got to at least get a little dot.
A little dot. I got plenty of dot, man. I got plenty of dot. Good to see you, Jesse. Always great to see Jesse in here. Always holding us down. I like to see you. Who's Claw? Good. I'm glad you popped in, Mr. Market. I'm glad you've been with us all show. It's great to see you. A1 Rising. Great to see you. Of course, Dark Crash. We missed Rusty. Rusty Bot. So see, we lose the oil. He leaves. We lose the oil. WD-40.
Well, you don't want to get stuck in chat and then seize up.
Well, yeah. So he can't get any oil here. He's out getting oil somewhere.
Yeah. We have one more word from one of our sponsors.
Okay.
Join us Monday through Friday for Motivational Crypto
at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with your host, Crypto Billy.
All right. Now, did you get paid by somebody that said like a merge between an otter?
That was Alexander G's otter. I created that otter originally.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Is that
her
I'm the
otter?
original creator. Yes, that's Alexander G's otter, and I'm the original creator of that otter.
Nice, Dave.
So, well, I wish she was in here to see that.
She'll watch it on the replay.
She'll watch it on the replay. All right, guys, let's get into Jimmy Jim's final thoughts. He caps off the show for us, and then we'll hit the Bitcoin close, and we'll be out of here. Let's hit it.
Cards and Legos and Legos and cards. What is a handsome man like me supposed to do?
Well, there you go. Got a few little fun pickups here over the last week or so. This was actually a redemption from a while back.
What are we seeing, Jimmy? What are we seeing?
There you go, Aaron Donald.
Nice.
RPA. Pretty nice. This one we've been waiting for a little over a year for this redemption. Seth freaking Rollins and Drew McIntyre.
So they send them to you?
Yeah, you just end up pulling a card. Kind of like the crypto redemption cards.
Okay.
Kind of like this. And then it'll have a code over here that you redeem, and then they send it to you in the mail. And then we pulled a couple of really nice RPAs out of Royalty. That was a new product that just dropped. We were able to get a box of it for under market value. This is about $1,000 a box product now. Pulled this fella out of there. That was a low number out of 10. Then we got this one. Pretty sick. That was.
Is that Wolverine?
Kind of looks like it. What was that one out of? Oh, that was out of 49. See the numbering up here in the corner. But we had some pretty cool pickups. We'll be back live this Thursday, hopefully. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Starting at 6 p.m. Central both days. And Saturday we go at noon. And as you can see, we've got a ton
of
new product in for next week. So looking forward to it.
How many of those are crypto? Where's your crypto boxes at, Jimmy?
That's all of these back here.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
These just came in. That was 31 boxes of first off the line prospects. We're going to have fun with that. 4 autos per box, and it's first off the line. So these are going to be hot boxes right here. All of these.
Was that baseball?
Yep. Prospect baseball.
It's all baseball then. All of those are baseball. And it's hot prospects, so it's the young guys, it's the new guys.
Yep. There you go.
You got 4 autos per box? Wow. That's pretty cool.
8 cards per pack, 6 packs per box. So, like, do you sell those like by the box, Jimmy?
Yeah, we'll end up selling these as personal breaks and as group breaks. We'll probably put like 4 of these boxes in one break, and it'll end up being. If we did 4, it'll probably be 100. Probably be a little over 100. So we'd have to do like 3 of these boxes. It'd be like $90 a spot for 10 spots. This is all first off the line stuff, so it's always loaded. Anytime you're doing cards and you can get first off the line, there's always going to be first off the line exclusives typically, and it's always low numbered, like out of 4 or out of 10s, and they're guaranteed. That's what makes this product a lot of fun.
Man, who does not want to? It's like when I used to go to the American Legion and play those tickets. Yeah, give me $30 of those things. And then every once in a while you got lucky enough to hit like $150 off of a $5 ticket or a dollar ticket. I think they're $1 a piece. Give me 30. You open them up and all of a sudden, oh, there's $150. That's when I think of these cards. I'm like, man, you could rip something really cool.
Well, Cardsmiths has a Bitcoin tracker on their site now. Only one of the 5 Bitcoin that are available in this trading card series 5 have been pulled. Only one. So there's 4 out there still.
And you get a whole Bitcoin.
Whole Bitcoin.
Yeah, man.
And then a redemption I just showed you, that was 1 Litecoin. And then I've also pulled 0.0001 Bitcoin. At the time was about $100 when I pulled it.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun. And especially now, they have disclosed that there's 4 Bitcoin available still in currency 5. I got a feeling they're going to go pretty fast at this point.
Yeah, Jimmy. So everybody, if crypto cards or just sports cards, got to check out Space City Breaks, Jimmy's channel with his son Tackleberry. If you're gonna be into that, you need to come through the Billy Goat Tales, Jimmy Jim, Space City Breaks. Got to support the people we love, man. So with that, did we close, Dave?
Yeah.
Would we close at
Amazing.
Dark Crash?
We closed right at 68.74. So right now we are actually bodying right around the strength area of the DBSI. While it does appear visually right behind, we are still basically at the same energy level. And what I'm seeing here is it's more or less time to decide whether or not we're going to hit a new low in a new valley, or if we're going to kind of curl around. And from my visuals here, this could be the start of an inverse head and shoulder, a very predominant one at that. So this could be the chance of potential reversal and then leading to some sort of super cycle later on. But at the moment, like this is what we've got for a bear market here, folks. Like, again, like I said earlier, we could draw all the way down to 42K. It's still very real possibility that we create another bear market bucket just like before over here. But the thing is, there's a potential for a inverse head and shoulder to begin forming at this point.
I certainly can see, especially if it went back, came back up over the next few days. That's the weekly, right? You're on a weekly,
yes, sir.
Right?
The 1 week.
Yeah. So if you extrapolate that out, you're talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks to get back to the red line.
Yeah, more or less around that time where you're saying we should possibly see some alts run in May or what have you. It could coincide with the formation of the next shoulder, right? Like we wouldn't see any massive run up for Bitcoin, but it could be that turnaround that causes some profit taking over to alts, and then we get a couple pops. So,
yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in to Billy Goat Tales. We appreciate you spending the Sunday afternoon with us, guys. I know you could be anywhere, and your time is most important. So we appreciate all you guys tuning in. Tell your friends, come out, hang out with Billy Goat Tales. Until next time, we will see you over tonight on Crypto Lifers.